we're basically flying home back to Sanaki, gonna rearm refuel. We're gonna head back up for Cat. So we're just kind of saving our fuel. Pretty actually high on fuel still, but we're just kind of just saving it, chugging it. We're just flying on back home now. And we'll rearm refuel, we'll come back out. Got the radar scanning at about 40 miles, 0 to 20,000 feet. Let's go a little bit higher, 0 to 35,000 feet now. So anything that is in front of us, I highly doubt there is anything there, but if there is anything there, we'll get it. And I'll go in the mountains as well. I'll get you some mountain flying here as well. See these new trees, the new rivers, that kind of stuff. And my getting about 50 frames per second over here. This is maxed out everything. With the mirrors I get about 47, without them I get about 55 there. So yeah, but maybe a 7 frame difference. But it's usually around 60 plus. It's just these where I have trees set to maximum and all that great stuff, so you'll probably get a little less frames that way. I'm running a 7700K processor, GTX 1080, 16 gigs of RAM, DDR4 at 3000 megahertz, and that's kind of the frames I get with max settings. So we got a red Mirage. I was shooting down, I think, 21s. They didn't have anything on their team. Now everyone's going blue, or everyone's gone red. It's gonna come kill me, but that's fine. Let's kick in the burn. We'll get a little faster here. And everyone who's playing 2.5, remember the trees will kill you now if you hit them. They are collidable, which is pretty nice. It's kind of hard to tell how high you are off the ground without a radar altimeter and without a with the snow. It's kind of hard to tell. I think I was about 5 to 10 feet from hitting a wing there. We're just coming back to base though, we're almost there. Yeah, 2.2 is collidable. It wasn't collidable in Caucasus though. No, 1.5 they were not collidable. You can go into 1.5 stable, run into a tree, you'll be just fine. There's some aircraft out there. Those are friendlies though, on the radar. Don't know how to spell Sakumi. Alright, we'll set up for the run and break. I think it's runway 9, I believe, at Sanaki. Airport's just right there. Radar can come off. Turn our lights on. I'll bring it into the right here.
Overgy.
Plug in full burner. Come just on the right hand side of the runway here. We'll get low.
Bingo fuel.
No helicopters,
Bingo
no traffic.
fuel.
Cut out the power. Air brakes up to the right. On the brake. And I believe this airport sits a little higher than 1,000, or a little higher than 0. Gear can come down. Flaps should be automatic. Yep, flaps are down as well. Getting hard locked by a Tor now. This is not good. Alright, 5 degrees nose down. We'll bank it into the runway. This is the run and brake that we do here at 16AGR as well. It's pretty much the RAF way of doing it. The American ways do the same kind of thing, but at 1,000 feet. RAF, the guy who taught us, we do it at 200 feet. I'm cutting it a bit close here, but we'll make it work, and a bit high. Well, that's fine. We can just roll it out. It's always good to get your turn tighter than not tight, because then you'll show up. It's good to be inside the turn, but if you're overseeing the runway, it's not really that great. A bit high, but we'll correct for that. We'll just pull idle and we'll kind of float it on in. That was a bad time for a lag spike. Put up the air brake as well. Make sure no one's also still there. Some people could just kind of pop in. We'll hold the nose a little bit. And we'll let it come on down gently and apply brakes. Holding the elevators full up is full aerodynamic braking. And we'll taxi off on the left here. Some left brake, air brake off, and we'll take off, or we'll taxi off to the left. So now we're going to refuel, rearm. We're pretty low on fuel, so it might take a little bit, but we'll, I guess we'll go look at some other airports in external view. Just back off to the right. That's good, about there. And we'll shut her down. So wait till our RPM gets, I think, below 2 and you can press OK. It's basically when your engines are off, you just start rearm refueling. We're going to take 4 AIM-9s, 4 AIM-7s, 2 fuel tanks. And I'll press OK.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
There we are. So we're going to start refueling, rearming. Pause track IR there. So the map looks different as well in 2.5. Looks a bit nicer. Let's check out the satellite mode. That's satellite. It's actually pretty nice looking. It's pretty cool. You can actually plan out a pretty nice flight on this actually. This is the map mode, which is pretty nice. It shows you all the major roads and all that great stuff. This is the one people usually use, the alt. I don't know what alt stands for, but it's the ones people usually use. I think I actually like the satellite one. That's kind of nice. There we are. We can check out some airfields. Let's go look at Batumi. Click on it, press F11. Wait, actually, never mind. The server denied me from doing that, so you can't actually go there and check. This is all mapped out over here, too. I wonder if we can... there's no airfields there, unfortunately, though. I want to go check out this part right here. Never been there before. There's a freeze again. Yeah, when someone jumps in a plane, it freezes a little bit. So almost halfway done on the fuel there. Got the anti-collision light on, the red blink, the beacon, the red blinking light. Got the nav lights on as well. Let's see if there's anything else in the lights area. I think I hear an airplane somewhere near us.
Fort 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
That's all they have. Yeah, and hear another F-15 somewhere. Oh, there he is on the runway. Probably gonna load up, refuel, rearm. That'll be probably my last flight for the day. There's the F-15 taxiing off. And the in this mission we do have lives, and I have still two out of the 2 lives that you get in cap. You get 2 cap lives only, and then you gotta wait an hour for another life. But anything else, Harry or yeah, AV-8B, A-10, anything else that's not a modern fighter, it's like a Mirage F-15, Su-27. You get lives in those planes. Anything else that's not like a modern fighter, you don't get lives. You can do as many times as you want to fly them. But for the cap, it's 2 lives, and then if you die twice, you gotta wait an hour for your next cap life. That's just to limit all the swarm of F-15s with AIM-7s just foxing and everything. And the server name's also Dynamic DCS that I'm in. Almost full there. We're gonna get to 13.5, I believe, is the max internal. Probably a couple seconds, 30 seconds left. And we'll be on our way. If you have any questions as well, be open to ask or answer them as best as I can. If you just put in the live chat, I'll check it quite frequently and I'll answer as best I can. There's refueling completed. Restarting in 10 minutes. Oh, great. So that's the server going to be gone in 10 minutes. Let's load up real quick. We'll burn all the way down. We'll see if we get some last kills in 10 minutes. Tank and fuel tank. Load my last AIM-9 up there, and then we'll start up. Alright. Right engine starting. And RPM is alive, left engine. And maybe I'll do some AV-8B actually. We'll go to another server. Actually, we could just wait for this one, but we can come back. But we'll go to a server, or we can stay in this one. I'll do some AV-8B flying. See if we can take out some stuff. Also, if DCS for you doesn't look quite like this, I have a little tool in the background called Reshade running. Pretty nice little install. It's very easy. There's tons of videos on it, but I have some settings in there. It's called Clarity, so it makes it look a little nicer to my eyes. And then Adaptive Sharpness makes it a little bit sharper. I don't know if you'll see it on video, but it makes it look a little sharper. Little tool that it works for P3D. It works for all the sims. Actually, it works for I think every game. It just makes it, you can add filters to your screen and it makes it look a little nicer. It doesn't work for VR, but it does work for regular screens. So we got 10 minutes, let's taxi out. Great, I didn't ask you. No one I approach, no one departing, and no one approach as well. So we'll take left side of 27, I believe this is. Now the little thing, this was from before in DCS, but a little thing I like is the way the brakes, you kind of just get launched forward, just like in the real F-15. Kind of like that little jump it does. It's pretty nice, pretty cool. 100 knots. 29 off the right hand side, 140 rotating. Wheels up. Lights come off basically immediately because there's a 29 real close. Flaps are automatic, they're coming up. Put our radar out here. High PRF for the radar, 40 miles, scanning 0 to 25,000. Let's start climbing on up. I'm basically going to use all my fuel here because I got 4,000 in the tanks, and plus there's only 10 minutes left in this whole server, so I'll use all my fuel to get up and get over there. We'll let the plane come down by itself here. Got a jammer out there. I don't know if the jammer's friendly or not, but we'll see. Does look absolutely amazing though, 2.5. Love the trees. Can't get over those trees. Too bad the server's only gonna be up for another 10 minutes, so it's gonna restart, but I'll go do a refuel again if we want to come back. And Tsukumi's the closest enemy base, which is just pretty much on our nose right there. I had a 29 earlier. I saw it on the RWR, but it's kind of gone now. I don't know where it went. Yeah, looks like there's only friendlies out there. Scan for 80. We'll see if there's anything else further than that. There's one. So we'll go to TWS. Now we have AIM-7s. We're not allowed to carry 120s in this server, but I'll still go to TWS just so I can lock him without him knowing I'm locking him. There's a little freeze. Yeah, when someone jumps in an airplane, this happens quite a bit now. When someone jumps in an airplane, it'll kind of freeze a little bit. It'll come back. Looks like he's gonna get mixed in with those friendlies, so I'm gonna try to get him before he does. 25 miles out. Let me actually solid lock him. Maybe he'll get scared and run away. And I'm well aware that a missile from this range will not hit, even though it will give me the launch warning in a couple miles here. Unless he absolutely does nothing. There's a missile fired by him, so not in chat, but let's get him scared. I'll do Fox 1. Not going to work, but we'll give it a shot here. Hopefully I can make him run away from the friendly that we got. Unless he already shot him down. Yeah, Fox 1 from 19 miles. Probably not going to work out for me, but we'll give it a shot. Especially because he's turning cold right now. He's probably going to run right back to his base, which is what I would do. Yeah, I lost it, but I still have visual contact on him. He's right down there, down to the left. Yeah, he's running straight back for the base. Hopefully I got him off my friendly guy's tail. Did a nuke go off over there? Like, see that giant crater? I didn't think nukes are in here.
Unable to clear for takeoff.
We'll scan with our... That's a friendly down there. Friendly down there. Starting in 3 minutes. So let's just dump our tanks and we'll burn on in there, see what we can find. No idea where that C-33 went, and I do not like that. Yeah, nothing on radar either. I don't want to get too close to Sakumi, so I'm not going to go over there. AAA's locking me up, just started now. And we got 3 minutes to kill basically until the server restarts, so we'll kind of just fly around. Two minutes. So yeah, we'll just stay in the same server and I'll just bring up an AV-8B. We'll try to head over to this airport later and try to take it out. The shadow right there looks pretty nice on the snow actually. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Does mean a lot to me. People who like DCS, fun to talk to. One minute till restart. I should be killed by now. I don't know where all their caps probably backed out. It's actually mostly red. Don't know how I'm not shot down just yet. Oh, there I am. Flying so close. I'm not actually dead though. I think that was just AAA that hit. What kind of frames am I getting? I just saw these comments for frames. I'm getting 100 frames per second right now. When I get low in those mountains near all those trees, I got the trees I'm maxed out. I get about 60 to 40 frames, depending where I'm looking. And this update wasn't too frame heavy for me, at least. If you've had Normandy or Nevada and you're getting good frames there, you're gonna get good frames here. It's pretty much the same thing. It actually runs a lot smoother. There's the restart of the game, but it runs a lot smoother than 1.5 did. The only thing that's big, and you'll see that it happens a lot, is the DCS stopped working. Perfect. I'll close this. Only thing that happens a lot is the freezing when someone picks an airplane. So if someone picks an airplane, it freezes a lot now. It used to do that as well. I didn't do that much though. Now the freezes are big. They're probably gonna fix it a couple days. But the frames are pretty much the same from 2.2 to this one. I'm running. Actually, I can just show you this. Windows 10 or Windows 10 i7 4.2. I thought it was 4.1. Alright, it's better than I thought. 16 gigs of RAM, motherboard. Whoops. Storage, the graphics card. That's what I got for DCS, and it works pretty good if you have it. If you can run VR as well. I heard VR is getting a bit weird. One thing that you really need to do before you start playing this is you have to go to, I just froze it, but you have to go to your drive that you've installed DCS to. This is after you install 2.5. Go to the drive you installed it to. Go to save game or users, then the name of the computer, save games, DCS open beta, config, and options. You got to delete the options folder. And what that's going to do is it's going to erase all you have here. Not going to delete your controls or anything. It's going to erase all the settings you have. And the reason you do that, apparently before it was conflicting with the open beta and this one. So you had to delete the options Lua and then come back and just reset your settings. So whatever you want, textures high, whatever you just set them here. But it's users, the name of the computer, save games, DCS open beta, config, and delete options. These are the settings I'm running as well. This probably adds or decreases frames, but it looks kind of nice and it's not too big of a difference. VSync, I have it unchecked. Yeah, I kind of just left it unchecked. I had it checked for a long time, and I just unchecked it now. I'm going to start playing with it unchecked for a little bit, see how it goes. Gamma's about 1.5, is pretty good. And I'm also running a little tool called Reshade. Now what Reshade does is it'll change the filters of my screen. I was saying this earlier. It'll change the filters of the screen, and if I want, there's certain effects I can put. I can make it even a cartoon if I want to. I don't want to do that. But there's certain effects you can put on there. And one of the ones I like to use is adaptive sharpness, and it'll make everything a lot sharper. You can see it's a lot nicer to look at. Server's back up as well, so we'll go join that. It'll make things a lot sharper. Another thing it'll do, there's clarity, so you can kind of, it just looks nicer. It just adds little graphical inputs, looks a lot nicer. And it's a free little tool called Reshade. It works for any game really, P3D, GTA, any game you really want, it works for. It's called Reshade, and there's plenty of tutorials on it online. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. It does mean a lot. I hope that you can stick around. And there's going to be tons of videos when the F18 comes out. When that comes out. I already got it pre-purchased on the day it came out. So expect some vids on that. And we're going to do some Harrier stuff now. And we'll see how good we can get. This also takes a little bit. I've noticed is this when you start loading into server, that was actually pretty quick. But I think it still has to get used to loading into these servers, and once probably after a day or two of playing, it'll be really, really quick. But I'm going to scroll down to the Sanaki AV8B Harrier, which there isn't any. Copoletti is the closest other one. Copoletti, even Kutasiel. No, do Copoletti. There's one. We'll spawn there. And we'll let that load because that was water. There it is. So this is DCS without Reshade. Now, I don't know if you'll actually see the effect of this on video, but I'm going to start up Reshade real quick. So let's Shift F2. There's a good tutorial on how to use it. Adaptive sharpness, you can just, like if you look at this panel right here, I'll zoom in. I'll stop track IR. Look over here, adaptive sharpness off, on. It kind of just makes it a little sharper. I don't know if you'll see it in the video, but it makes a big difference for me. And I like it. It's a nice little tool. So we'll get started up here. Let's bring full fuel, obviously. We'll bring just as much chaff because there's fighters and stuff. Air to air, we'll bring one of those, and we'll bring one sidearm. Bring one HM65D, two GBU-12s. We don't want a gun pod, too much weight. Targeting pod, two GBU-12s, and HM65D. Perfect load. Battery, make sure we get 20 volts, 20 to 30 volts on the meter there. Generator, fuel pumps and proportioner, fuel shut off. Yep, perfect. So we're going to refuel, started the engine now. Very nice plane, Mr. Razbam. You did a very good job. Or Miss Razbam, depending who owns it. Get a little ladder. If I close the canopy, you'll see that ladder retract. Looks kind of nice. We're 162 or 16 on the RPM. Put up our power here. RPM will start to rise. Nozzles can be directed to 10. Let's get our brightness up. Oh, there's a little freeze. This is people picking airplanes. This is what I was talking about. Kind of freezes a little bit. It'll come back, but it takes a little sometimes. Yeah, I heard about the A10C update. I got some extra bombs you can put out and stuff. And that's the extent I heard about it. If there's anything more, you can let me know. But I heard you can put GB31 times 3 on now or something like that. I don't know why I touched that. Get all of this started and ready to go. Lights, I'll turn these off when we get airborne. But we're all good there. We're still refueling, getting up to 7,700. We're almost there. Let's set our bingo to about 3,400. There's another freeze. So people are all jumping in right now, so it's probably going to happen a couple of times, unfortunately. Refueling complete. They're going to load us up. So we'll probably start with the sidearm. We'll run in with the sidearm, see if there's any SAMs, which there most likely will be, and then we'll use the Mavericks, and then we'll get high and use the GB12s. Should start arming us up any second here. Might have to do it again. Just make sure I hit HX5B there.
Request rearming. Copy.
There we go. So let them do that. Nose of steering can come to the down position of, or anti-skid can come to down position of nose of steering. Water will be turned off for now. We'll put it on the runway. We don't really need it, but. To our stores page here. There's the GB12s loaded. Yeah, 2.5 is great, Cheers. It looks actually amazing. There, aim 9, sidewinder, everything's on board. We can start taxiing. So we're at Kobuleti, I think. Yeah, we are. Parking brake off. Now you probably saw that switch I clicked back here. That's the engine RPM switch. If I leave that off, you see the RPM stabilizes at 285. If I turn it, or 28%, if I put it on, it's at 50%. And I just do that so I don't have to do it later. I like it for hovering, so I don't need as many throttle movements. My RPM's higher with the less throttle, like a physical throttle movement. That's just personal setting, or taste, really, whatever you like. So taxi on down here. Man, every airport looks so much different right now from flying. Before I could tell what airport I'm at without even looking at the name or anything. Now I actually need to look where I am because I can't tell. It's so different and really nicely done. A little freezer you saw there too. So that's the only thing I've been seeing. I'm turning off these mirrors. Control M. There, that one. We're getting about 80 frames per second right now in the airfield, which is more than enough. We'll check. I don't think anyone's even here. No one's on the approach. No one's departing. No one's on the approach. No one's departing. We'll come down to 10 on the nozzle. You hear that squeaking as well? That's the throttle moving. I have the Warthog and it's gotta put some oil in it or something. It squeaks when I move it. But we're gonna put the radar altimeter on. Go brakes. Will come up to about 80%. Should be able to hold 80, I believe. Never mind. Never mind. So that's a problem you can have, I guess, 2.0 as well. And I think I have to restart because all my servers are gone. Oh, there they are. I think the whole server actually just went down. So let's go to the 104th for a little bit. Just got to the runway 2, but one of those things. That wasn't even 2.5. I think that was just the server that just went down because I couldn't even find it in the list anymore. The 104th will do the same thing. I don't think I have to refuel in the 104th. I think we start with pretty much full fuel, so that'd be nice. And we'll get it up and ready. Or if you want me to do, if you can comment You can actually let me know what you want to do. I don't have most of my controls actually mapped just yet, but we could do like F15 or whatever. I could do some cap for you or whatever you like. Do actually have the A120s in this server, so maybe I might use an F15. Yeah, these loaded times I think went up a little bit. Didn't used to take this long. There we are. See if we can scroll down to Sanaki. Can we take out of, or Kutasi? These menus are a bit slow as well now. We'll just let this load because it's just completely frozen, I think, right now. Why is that open? That's weird. Ah, file was open. Wait, that should be open. Still waiting for this menu. It takes a while sometimes. Somehow I picked a slot. Okay, well I guess I got what I wanted at 15 at Kutasi. The beta install is available right now. If you have the beta installed, all you have to do is you just update to 2.5. If you're talking about downloading 1.5 open beta to update, it's off their website, so I don't know why they took it off there. But I'd imagine that tomorrow they'd have the 2.5 open beta to download from the website. I believe that's, I mean, that's a logical choice to me. I really don't know. Another thing you can do is take your 1.5 stable version, and you can look up how to update to the beta and then update that towards 2.5. That's what some of my squad guys did. There's different ways you can go about it, but yeah, probably in the coming days, or you'll be able to download it straight from the website. If you had 1.5 open beta from before, you could just do a nice little update to 2.5. Just wait for the cockpit to load here. This is actually the server that takes the longest. I've never had this before. Yeah, this definitely supports Oculus Rift. Yep. I don't have one myself, but I got a lot of squad guys who use it. 0% fuel, let's put that up. 120B, fuel tank, AIM-9. Loaded up with 120s here. I do like the 120, they're pretty nice to use.
Request refueling.
Fuel 500.
Request rearming.
Bingo fuel. Fuel.
Alright, we'll turn that off. Let's get Magic.
Magic
Oh,
Chevy
I don't want to do
8-1.
that.
Alpha check from Bull's picture. Magic Chevy 8-1. Request bogey dope.
See what's in our area. If it even sees anything, that is. What the hell? Never seen that ever before. C-17 taxing like that. I love the grass, by the way, and I can see that. Once you get, the load distance isn't too far, but when I get close to grass, taxing, you'll see that grass. It's pretty nice looking. Get about 50 frames right now. And all your frames really depend on what they have in the server too. I've noticed like there's some servers you just get better frames than others. I do thank you all guys for watching. That does mean a lot. It's definitely more fun to play with DCS when you got people to talk to than just yourself. But got a couple. I think I got a couple guys online. But oh, Badger's still online there. I think he was watching though earlier. Still refueling here. Somehow I can see my refuel without even my battery on, which is not correct. I don't believe so. There's no plane I know of that shows your fuel gauge working without battery on it, but we only got 3 blue guys actually, so they're all fighters though, so that's kind of fun. No, 3 red guys, I mean. Online, sweet, let's check it out. EWR.
Первый. 8-1. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
Oh, that's also, if you have mirrors enabled, so I have 55 frames, I believe I should get a frame boost if I turn them off. Yeah, so that went from 55 to 67. So turn your mirrors off if you're struggling for frames. Turn your mirrors off. That'll help a lot. Still waiting for the refuel. I do not know about Oculus Tusk. I don't actually have one. I could probably ask some of my squad guys. They're not here right now, but yeah, I do not know about it. There's probably a video on it somewhere if it does work though. Default season for this, yeah, I think if you go to the settings like where you can set time, I believe you can set the date and that'll change the season. Also, if you do weather, you can do default weather and then it'll have spring, autumn, it'll have like different seasons, or different weathers of season like there. I think that will change it for you, but either in the date, you can change the date that way, or in the weather, you can change seasons that way. So how much fuel? Alright, we're at 9,000. We gotta get to 13,500. This is taking forever. Let's turn some lights on here. 29 actually coming towards us. We better get going, but wish we could have 2 refuelers just double the speed. It'd be nice if they had things actually drive up to you and load like they load in real life. That'd be kind of cool. They load up with those trucks and. Now what I wonder is, I've never tried this at night before, 2.5. I wonder if the lights actually are dynamic and you can actually see them on your, like the light actually affects your plane, or if it's just there to look nice. Be kind of cool. I know P3D has dynamic lighting now. It's pretty nice over there. Passing 11,000. Yeah, 11,000 in the fuel. Gotta get to 13,000. So close. Alright, so I think we need 300 more pounds and I think we're full fuel. Hawk is locking on me right now, which is interesting, because I'm blue side and at the base that it's at. Alright, missiles should start loading up soon here. There's one 120, two 120s. God, that's so annoying. I wish that Hawk would stop blocking me. Let's turn off electronics. I do like to have the 120s in the exterior so I can see them. They look pretty nice from out there. We'll start up right engine first. Wait for the positive RPM. There it is, left engine. And let the engine RPMs up as well. Now we wait. Now I'm on the East Coast. It is about 1:30ish, 1:20, something like that. Do about one more flight and we'll call it a day. Call it a morning. Here, we're rolling over there. Alright, there's the plane started. We'll taxi out. We'll take a right turn, I guess. Don't really know. We'll just go a direction. What the hell? Did you see that? It went really bright and then it didn't. Yeah, this grass looks really good. I just wish the grass, like this type of grass, was a little bit further out. You could see it from further, or it loaded, the distance was further, but it looks very nice. And this is at 1.5 gamma, by the way. You can set this as you want. Like this is gamma all the way down. Looks a bit dark. But 2.1, that looks a bit too bright. So I kind of found a nice little even, which is 1.5 looked pretty good to me for the most part. You can see aircraft from a lot further. I like that as well. Got 29 off the right still. One more bandit than before. This is 1080p. Yeah, I do not have a 4K monitor. 1080p and it's 144 hertz monitor, but I think the frames are around 70. No one approach, no one departing. No one approach, no one depart. Actually, there's someone departing there, so I'll wait for him. Brake, 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 brake. He can go ahead first. If he wants to. If he doesn't, I'll take off. Okay, he's not moving, so I'm going to take it. Take left side. Watch him move on the runway now. Okay, he didn't. Alright, brakes. Sorry about all that zoom I'm doing. Release brakes, full power. Rotate about 140. Flaps are not set. Let's put the flaps down. Good thing to do. 140 and rotate. There it is, wheels coming up. Flaps automatic. We'll put our radar on basically immediately, and we'll turn off our flaps or our lights immediately as well because we're almost in the target area. We'll pitch for 300 knots. Says the enemy close to Katasi, so I'm gonna kind of skip the climb portion and go directly to offensive and try to get this guy. We'll scan 40 miles, 0 to 20,000 feet, higher PRF. There he is right there immediately. I'll go in TWS mode. We do have 120s here. I'm gonna put him off actually the right side of the airplane, or the yeah, off the left side of the airplane, left of the scope. He's 10 miles away. I'm gonna go direct nose on. Fox 3 coming through to the right side here. Missiles already pitbull. Oh god, that's one for me. I do not want to refuel again. I'm gonna flare like crazy. No, do not freeze. Oh my god, that would have been terrible if I froze. I think I'm out of flares already. One a little nuts. Is he splashed? Hope he splashed. We get a kill? No, not yet. I don't know where he went, and I hate when I don't know where these guys go, and that RBR is annoying me right now. When you don't know when a C-27 goes, that's a scary day. Because he's usually behind you. Let's call up AWACS real quick.
Magic Chevy 8-1. Request bogey dope.
He has to be dead.
Chevy 81, Magic Bra 009 440 at 16,000 flanking.
Alright, well I don't have any flares, so this is not good. I shouldn't proceed. But I'm going to, because I don't want to go back and land. 009 for 40. And Angel 16 is probably that Mirage directly in front of us right there. Plugging back the burner. I have no idea where that 27 went. And hopefully there's a guy near him. Hopefully he shot him. Bandit on the nose there. 6,000 feet. I'm running a GTX. Oh god, the 29's on my right, on my left hand. The GPU is GTX 1080 for the Win Edition 2. It's EVGA. Alright, I'm gonna run straight, cold into these mountains here. I'll keep him on track, but I do not like when the 27's behind me. Hopefully he loses me. Guy's 19 miles away. It's unknown aircraft, as it says in the bottom there of the radar. Now, the smart thing would do is fire and run away, but I really don't think this missile will... It should hit from this far, but it won't hit from this far in DCS, so we'll wait a little bit. We'll go ahead and fire. Fox 3, missile is Pitbull, and I'm going to bank off so he doesn't see me here. Make sure that 27 is not coming any closer. Again, this is bad when you don't know where someone went here. Oh, I'm dead. Drop the bags. Oh, watch for the tree.
Left engine fire.
That was a missile.
Right engine fire.
You check. I got killed by Yaga in the 27. Did I even get a kill there? No, 2 M20s at 9-mile range doesn't get kills in this game. Okay, that makes sense. Oh my god, I really do not want to refuel again. I think I'm gonna put... Let's put 50% fuel. I'll put 2 bags on. Not the third one. That's why it's always good to get a wingman, but this late in the day, kind of hard to find one.
Request refueling.
Fuel 500.
Request rearming.
Bingo fuel. Fuel 500.
Yeah, I knew that 27 as soon as I banked away from him, he would just keep on me until he did what he did, was come up directly behind me. Turn up track hour for a little bit. But good, if I had a wingman there, I would just shoot, run away, and then my wingman would take that Mirage. I would turn around on that 27 and try to get him. Or the wingman can turn around and get on that 27's tail as well, but not much you can do when you're alone. you have any more questions, you're free to ask. I'll try to answer them best as I can. See you, firefighter. Thanks for watching, man. Means a lot. I'll see you on the next one. Probably gonna be this weekend for sure when the F-18 comes out. I would be looking around, but I don't. Yeah, I can't. I don't have any views in third person, so I'm kind of just stuck in the cockpit. But we should be 50% fuel pretty quick. Yeah, we're 40 already, so we'll go to 50, and then we'll bring 2 bags with us. Should bring us to basically about maybe 9,000, 10,000 pounds, approximately, maybe 4,000 each, 8,000 total. Actually, it'll probably bring us to about, yeah, it'll bring us high enough. Sweet. Hope to see you then, fighter. Or fire. This will be the last flight. Last flight of the night. There's the fuel loaded with 7,000 pounds. We're gonna add an extra 8,000 to that with the fuel tanks. And also that AWACS, I thought that guy, that 27 was down because I said where, you know, give me the closest bandit to me, and oh, he's 40 miles away. I'm like, all right. So never trust that AWACS.
Chevy 81, Magic, Bra, 303 for 190 at 35,000, flanking.
That's probably incorrect because it's probably one right outside Kutasi, but to kill me. All right, loaded fuel. We'll start the engines here. You know it's getting light when you can't talk anymore. Left engine's up, or right engine's up, let's put the left engine up. There's the left one starting up. Oil pressure's looking good. Hydraulics is also rising there. I think we want to shoot for 3,000 PSI. I believe that's usually the usual for hydraulics fluid. Cabin altitude is basically 0 still because we're at land. Yeah, 3,000 PSI on the hydraulics. That's good. All right. It's kind of funny. A lot of these planes share the same 3,000 PSI, like 777, all that stuff. Even those big planes. All right, we'll start powering on up. Put our nav lights on just for some people can see us on the airfield, although it's a clear, bright day. Taxiing a bit fast here. I'll take this left. Is the audio good as well? Probably should ask at the beginning, but I don't know if you can hear the plane enough, or is my voice too loud, too low, whatever you need. I can adjust it. Final's looking clear. That Harrier's still staying, that's still there. So we'll just taxi on the runway here, left side.
Magic, Dodge, 4-1, request bogey dope. Dodge 4-1.
I'll just start rolling.
308 for 190 at 35,000, flanking.
Power stabilized 90%, let's go full.
Magic, Colt 2-1, request bogey dope.
140 rotating.
Colt 2-1.
And the Harrier just decides, look at this guy.
For 170 at 35,000,
Gear up, flaps coming up.
flanking.
Let's put the radar on here. Let's get AWACS a call.
Magic,
Turn the
Chevy
lights
81,
off.
request bogey dope. Chevy 81, Magic Bra 309 for 190 at 35,000.
I don't believe this guy. It's probably like 4 miles away from me. There's a guy about to kill me behind me. But we'll go. We'll go 309. We'll see what we find here. Go ahead and we'll climb up to altitude here. What computer that's calculating?
Magic Dodge 41, request bogey dope. Dodge 41, Magic Bra 314 for 180 at 35,000, flanking.
Call him up one last time, see if we got any closer. Should be about 100 miles, or maybe 140 miles now.
Bogey dope. Chevy 81, Magic
Wow.
314 for 170 at 22,000, flanking.
We're burning 5,000 pounds an hour. So let's climb up a little higher. True airspeed's 459 knots.
Magic Colt 21, request bogey dope. Colt 21, Magic Bra 310 for 130 at 22,000, flanking.
That look a little nicer. That's just too dark.
Chevy 81, Magic Bra 332 for 60 at 35,000, cold.
I'll leave it at 1.2.
Magic Chevy 81, request bogey dope.
Alright, we're in the contrails now.
Chevy 81, Magic Bra 332
for 60, okay.
60 at 35,000, cold.
We'll bring it down then because I thought he was still 140 miles out. I'm going to climb up to 40,000 and burn less fuel. But if he's that close, then I'm going to come down so he doesn't see me there. He said he's cold though, so he's running away from us now. Fuel is 3,300 pounds per hour. This is great. We're maintaining about 310 knots per, yeah, Mach 0.8. That's pretty good.
Chevy 21, Texaco, proceed to pre-contact at 22,000. Magic Chevy 81, request bogey dope. Chevy 81, Magic Bra.
Oh my gosh.
360 for 160 at 35,000, flanking. Chevy 81, Magic Bra 315 for 160 at 22,000, flanking.
We're about to cross the border here. Still nothing. Almost at their enemy base. There's nothing still here. Skumi's just down there. Let's call one more last time and see.
Magic Chevy 8-1. Request bogey dope. Chevy 8-1. Magic Bra 311. 140 at 22,000. Ready, recontact.
Someone's refueling right now.
Magic Colt 2-1. Request bogey dope. Colt 2-1. Magic Bra 302. 110.
That's the only bandit. There's only 4 guys, I guess, but that's the only guy that's up in the air right now, apparently. Or at least that's on a scope, I guess. This mountain looks a lot nicer, though. The nice ridges. Fuel is still pretty much almost full still. About 2,000 pounds off of full. Let's climb up to 40,000 and we'll burn less fuel.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
There's 40,000. Conch shells should be gone in a couple seconds. There they go. We'll head back over to level off. Bring the power out of burner. 3,000 pounds per hour, and we're actually faster, so that's good. And we didn't lose too much fuel out of that either. Passing Sakumi on the left. I don't understand how there's nothing out here.
Magic Chevy 8-1. Request bogey dope. Chevy 8-1. Magic
120. We've gained 20 miles.
120 at 22,000. Flanking.
I think that's the AWACS is going after.
Request bogey dope.
Because at 22,000, this whole
289 for 100 at 22,000.
these people are at a Crimson stuff. I'm never making it that far. That's all the way down here. That's where they're spawning. Look at that. I still have like 300 miles. 200 almost. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night there. I thought this flight's gonna go a lot faster, but I thought I was gonna get shot down a lot earlier. But I'm not flying 200 miles with that much fuel and then fighting as well. What I will do is get up to 100,000 feet, which I can show you if you'd like me to. Which is pretty funny, but before I go. So we'll get down, let's put full burn in, we'll get down to about 36,000 feet. There it is. Let's drop everything. Now we gotta wait till we're at Mach 2.5, and then we're gonna go straight up to about 50 degrees nose up climb. We'll hit 100,000 feet. Not indicated. You'll see if I had what's it called? If I had F2 view, and I can show you that little tape under there, it'll be 100,000. And here, it'll probably reach about 90,000, but it's still high. It's a nice little way to end off a stream. True airspeed's 806, climbing rapidly. Mach 1.5 still. Fuel is somehow still at 10,000, yet we dropped our tanks, so that's interesting. .7 on the Mach. Mach's at the bottom left there. Almost 1.7 anyways. Now, I don't believe this plane can hit 2.5, 2.6 in real life, but in here it does, so. There's almost Mach 2, there it is. .1. This is where it slows down. Takes a little while to get there. I'm getting locked by SAMs. Well, actually, you know what? This will be a good. Let's see if this SAM can hit me from 100,000 feet. This will be a good test. Let's see if my oh, there's a bandit outside as well. Let's lock him up. See if I can get him scared a little bit. Alright, that's a missile fired. Alright, I don't have time to get to 2.5, so we'll start climbing up now. We're gonna not get as high, but let's start it up. So this is the ultimate missile defense system. If you have about Mach 2.5 on your plane at 36,000 feet, you could just do this. And the missile has lost track.
Magic Colt 2-1. Request bogey dope. Colt 2-1. Magic clean.
This is barometric pressure. I think this is it on the altitude tape. I don't know how to change it from radar altimeter or not. But we're still Mach 1. We're going straight up right now.
22,000 hot.
This would be probably about 90,000 if I had the exterior tape, if I had radar altimeter.
Chevy 8-1. Magic.
And obviously if you're faster, you can obviously go higher.
450 at 22,000.
But that's the Caucasus map from...
Chevy 8-1. Magic pop-up.
Is that a missile? Oh, I thought I just saw a missile. Oh, yeah, did I die? Missiles reach this high. That is actually hilarious. That a missile can reach this high. That's pretty incredible, though. Oh, it's right over Sochi as well. Anyways, I'm going to sign off there. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It does really mean a lot. And I'll see you probably this weekend with some more stream. Maybe we'll do some squad formation. We'll come back on the server and it's fully loaded and we'll start shooting some stuff. There's more guys shooting. Definitely when the F-18 comes out, expect a lot of tutorials for that and expect streams on that plane. I've been waiting for 4 years for that plane. And so it'll be amazing. So thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time.